What is going on, guys? This is the Club of the Man 1993, and I'm back up here tonight for my live review of tonight's episode of Smackdown, the April 30th, 2020 edition. 2021 edition of Smackdown that took place at the Yuengling Center and in Tampa, Florida. The Thunderdome, of course, as I forgot to mention as well. Of course, I did do live reactions, and then I thought, you know what, the crowd's hot. I'll do live reactions. But then I got lazy for a bit, as usual. But I'm here live to talk about this episode of SmackDown briefly before I go to bed and enjoy my weekend, my very nice, well-deserved weekend that I do deserve after the week I have had. And overall, SmackDown was very similar to what it was last week. Honestly, it was mostly just like a one-match show. Everything else was just there. I mean, other than one thing that I absolutely refused to watch, which was the women's tag match, because I don't even know what the heck is going on and why they keep doing Natalya and Tamina versus Nia Jax and Shayna Baszler. Reasons as to why the women's tag champions don't have to be on the show every single week, but they must have them. On both shows every single week, but they must do. They just must do, and so forth. But we had some good coming out of that main event. Of course, with the new music. But we'll talk about that main event and how it was. It was good, but it also disappointed me like a little bit. We'll talk about that though when we get to it. Let's just fly through this review. There's not much to really talk about, but we'll talk about it. We opened up the show with Bianca Belair kicking off the show, introducing us, but was interrupted by the Dirty Dogs, Dolph Ziggler and Robert Roode. Who did say their piece? Then they're interrupted by the Street Profits. Then Bayley comes out and she just laughs at Bianca, and then a huge brawl breaks out. So this build with Bianca and Bayley is just going to be Bayley laughing at Bianca every single week for God knows what reason. And they're still continuing this feud with the Street Profits and the Dirty Dogs. Why? Whole idea of the story they told recently of like, well, you know, when we were the tag champs, we got lots of opportunities. So we're going to keep getting these opportunities until we get their tag titles back, basically. Like I said the other week, at this point, just put the tag titles back on the Street Profits. Like, at least, you know, they could do some sort of an act out of it, where the Dirty Dogs are just not doing it. I think we had like a 6-person tag match where it was Bianca and the Street Profits versus Bayley and the Dirty Dogs. It just was what it was. The faces get the victory with Ford hitting the from the heavens on Robert Roode, I believe it was, for the victory, and they're probably going to get a millionth tag title shot because there's nothing else going on, unless they have the Mysterios get a tag title shot. Consider that promo, you know, how they've been getting a lot of wins over the Alpha Academy. Yeah, the only team they've fought for how many months, and the only team they've been able to beat. So, you know, they're trying to get in line for another tag title opportunity. Daniel Bryan was also interviewed, telling Kayla Braxton she is at peace with this decision to put his SmackDown future on the line. He promises his first defense would be against Cesaro, but then Seth Rollins predicts that Bryan wins tonight. However, he should be the first to challenge. Which, you know, even though things didn't work out for Daniel Bryan on the show, I still would have loved to have seen a pay-per-view match between Daniel Bryan and Seth Rollins. We've seen them have a couple one-on-one matches on Raw or SmackDown throughout the years, but you know, as far as them going one-on-one on a pay-per-view, that would actually be a pretty killer match. But I guess we're not getting it because of what happened in the main event. But, you know, we'll talk about that when we get to that at the end. Nia Jax and Shayna Baszler were attacked by Natalya and Tamina backstage, and Natalya and Tamina beat them in a non-title shot. So we all know this routine. You beat the tag champions, you get a title shot. Lazy ass booking. Plus two, I don't like the team of Natalya and Tamina, and I just want to get rid of these two men. Lose tag titles that mean literally absolutely nothing to nobody. So we got that. We had another Aleister Black vignette, where he starts talking about like chapter 2 of his Tales of the Dark Father and reality, and basically how, like, reality is, you're going to get bullied a lot and something like that, but the father is not going to let you have the keys to the castle, basically, or the keys to the kingdom, pretty much. Like I said, these vignettes are interesting. They're different. They feel, like I said last week, they feel like it flows with what Aleister Black can do. Like the character he had before they did the whatever they did to him last summer. It feels like they would have stuck with this. It could have blended in pretty good. I mean, again, I just gotta wait and see if WWE actually, follows through this, doesn't screw this up. But it is intriguing how they're doing it. The big glasses though are still a little bit wonky and a little out of character for me. But whatever we say at this point. Apollo Crews and Big E have a rematch for the IC title, which ends in the DQ because Commander Aziz gets in the way. Match was fine for what it was, but then we had Kevin Owens come out to get back at Commander Aziz for what he did to him last week. But then Sami Zayn came out because he's in a feud with Kevin Owens. He didn't dance around Kevin Owens again, but basically he gets Kevin Owens beat down, but then eyes up the Intercontinental Championship, but then Apollo Crews and Commander Aziz takes him out. So, based off we saw, it looks like we could possibly be getting a Fatal 4-Way match with Apollo Crews, Big E, Kevin Owens, and Sami Zayn, which would actually be a pretty good Fatal 4-Way. I don't know how good it would be compared to the one we got in 2016 with Miz, Cesaro, Owens, and Zayn, but I'm giving this one a shot, maybe for WrestleMania Backlash, maybe eventually even a ladder match of some sorts, maybe. Who knows, but interesting little setup there for that match. Also, Seth Rollins had challenged Cesaro to a WrestleMania rematch next week, which Cesaro accepted. Paul Heyman has a promo who is he's sick of hearing about Daniel Bryan, basically running down his accolades, saying, yes, and how, the fans believe in him, that he can win the night, going, yes, all of this stuff. He always answers the yes, but finally when he gets it, it's reality. Is this really going to happen? No. Is Daniel Bryan going to still have a career on SmackDown tonight? No. And basically just rips down Daniel Bryan. So we get to the main event, which is Daniel Bryan and Roman Reigns for the Universal Championship career versus title. Although the stipulation is, if Bryan loses, he's barred from SmackDown. Didn't say anything about Raw or AEW or anything like that, which makes me wonder what they're really going to do now from the outcome. Well, first, also to address this, Roman Reigns has new theme music finally, which I feel, if anything, they should have had him debut it at WrestleMania. I don't know why they just didn't have him debut it there from an actual audience. But seeing how this match was, again, good, but to me it didn't have that big explosive ending as I feel it should have had. Shoot. I thought this was still just a strange spot, though, for Roman to debut his new theme music. As far as the theme music, I like it, but it feels there's like a little bit of like a medieval touch or a little bit to it. Like, it just feels like just a little bit out of character for me for Roman. It's just something about that little, medieval, chime that's added into it. I was just a little bit thrown off by that. But other than that, not too bad for the theme music. I think what hurt this match also the fact that, it's a pay-per-view level match, but it's on live TV. And there's a lot of commercial breaks, which there was 3 if you watch my live reactions tonight. So that may be why I didn't quite enjoy this match quite as much. I feel like I should have. It was still good, but seeing these two, I know they could have done better. Some close near falls. And then the finish, though, of the match. The finish was just Roman Reigns putting Daniel Bryan in the guillotine. And I don't know. When the match was over, I more felt like, okay, fine. But I was also like, that's it. Like, I don't know. I just felt like if this is going to be Daniel Bryan's last match, they need some, like, very, like, groundbreaking or explosive at the end of the match. Or even as simple as, like, the crowd acknowledges him in some ways. This, it was like they just wrote him off, they concertoed him and just wrote him off TV, and just didn't really give him much of the respect he deserves. Because, like I said, does this, with him losing, does this mean Daniel Bryan's going to Raw? Or is he leaving WWE in general? Who the heck knows? So at some point, Daniel Bryan should address that, because he's too good of a guy just to write off TV with, with, like, a kayfabe injury, you know what I mean? I'd rather have him, I don't know, at least get the standing ovation, even though there's no crowd there, or just, like, something better than just having them write him off TV like they did tonight. But, just my opinion, and that's my review of SmackDown. Not much to really say. I gave it a C+. Oh, we got Lauren in the live. Chow Reedy's now going to bed. After 2 years, who knows? Air Champion's a heel, yes. She thinks Bryan's going to Raw. Cesaro will not beat Roman. He won't, but I still hope for a hell of a match. Probably not until the fall for another draft. I don't know why, and I don't know why we're doing Sasha and Bayley and Bianca. I would have rather seen a rematch with Sasha and Bianca be a be an Iron Woman match. That should be. How long do you think Roman will last as a champion and as a heel? I'd say at least a year. As a heel, keep him as a heel at this point. Don't even put him back to being a babyface. I have no clue where Jimmy Uso. It's like he should have been back by now. He's been gone for a year now. I did review Raw, but I just recapped it. She likes Roman's old theme better, to be honest. Raw, I didn't care for. I hate that too. No turn alerts really right now. I don't think Cena's coming back. I think he's too busy right now with Hollywood. Raw just needs actual storytelling. This is already telling us that Bryan is either taking time off, retiring, or going to a different brand. Like I said, I've heard rumors that Bryan's contract is coming up. And like I said, I feel like, even though, like one little thing, couple of things he didn't get to do in WWE, again, I feel like if he retired, like, as a fan, I'd be satisfied. But I just wish they would have at least, had him go out, like, a little bit better. Like, he's a guy that shouldn't be written off, like, being beat down with, like, a concerto, not even getting, like, the respectful, goodbye he deserved if it was. But if he did want to leave and go to, like, New Japan or AEW, or, like, just, like, wrestle on, like, the independents, on the scenes, like, outside WWE again to finish off his career, going a little bit like a retirement tour, I think, that I all power to him. I think he definitely, that would be very fitting for him, I think, to finish his career. But yeah, guys, I'm going to go to bed. I'm tired. I'm whooped. I've had a long week. That's our review of SmackDown. Give it a C+. Nothing else besides that main event, which, again, was good, but expect maybe just a little bit better. But I'm going to bed, guys. What are your thoughts on SmackDown this week? Leave your thoughts down in the comment section below. Slap a like on the video and subscribe for more content to my channel. And follow me on Twitter at DemandAirboy93. Until then, guys, I'm checking out. Peace out, everybody. Good night.